Amazon Section 3 suspension solved in record time with a step-by-step walkthrough. And if you stay till the end, even if you're suspended, I'll show you how to still sell on Amazon, right? So the goal is at the end of the day to just say, not today, Amazon. Don't let this get to you. Suspension hurts, and internally you're on fire. But we're going to tackle it today, and we're going to have a backup plan at the end, right? So the first thing is going to be some tips, right? So getting your appeal denied, a lot of times your appeal just might not be written very well, and how to get it approved. And we've got some regular tips that we're going to go through. Now, you can call Amazon when you're suspended. Type this in, and then on YouTube it will pop up. You'll see the video of me, how to call Amazon even when you're suspended. You want to call Amazon. You want to figure out what happened, right? What caused this? And when you are writing the appeal, you want to make sure it's not too long nor too short in the beginning. When you're writing the appeal, I've seen it all the time where people appeal and it's just like 3 pages. Nobody's going to read that. Nobody's going to read 2 pages usually. Usually what you want to start with is 1 page max. You want to keep it short, sweet, concise, compendious, right from the get, right? You want to provide PDF evidence. If you don't provide any evidence, if you're like, I didn't do anything wrong, they're not going to reinstate you. You need to provide evidence. Provide Amazon's policies. Go through, find Amazon's policies, put them in your appeal. I reviewed the product infringement, intellectual property policy, whatever it is. If it's not accepted, call Amazon. You're going to be calling Amazon, right? You got to learn how to call Amazon while suspended. It might seem impossible, but it is possible. Remember that sometimes Amazon just doesn't accept it the first time, even if it's like a really good appeal. Remember that there's a human reviewing your account. There's not a robot. So it's definitely subjective. There could be somebody that's having a really good day and it's like, you know what? I got you, reinstate. And there has somebody that's having a really bad day and they're reading your stuff. They're like, this is all good, but I feel like it needs like 2 more things. Rejected. Remember to pretend that you're submitting the case to a judge, like it's life or jail for life. Do you want to be out of jail or do you want to go in jail, right? You want to have the best appeal possible with the evidence, concise, to the point where the judge reads it and like, all right, you're good to go. Now skedaddle, get out of my hair. Remember to use I. Stop saying we. We did this, we did that. No, you're going to be the ones taking blame. They don't want to hear we. Do you think the judge wants to hear we? Right? No, nobody wants to hear we. This isn't France. When you go to sleep at night, you want to think, I did everything I could in that last appeal. I provided all the evidence. I called Pokemon and I said, Pokemon, this is not fair. I recorded the call, even though I'm not allowed to. I went through the email. I emailed them. I went to, the Pokemon Center. I talked to them in person. I do everything possible to get as much evidence, written evidence. The calling evidence probably isn't going to do anything. But this is just an example of things you need to do. When you're doing the denied appeal, it's pretty much you adding your personal finesse on it. We don't want anything to be personal. We don't want anything to be emotional, right? You don't want to be saying we. We are writing this response. Nope. I take blame. This is my fault, Amazon. And I'm going to fix this. And look how long this is. Oh, it's way too long, right? As a seller, we highly value our partnership with Amazon and are steadfast in our dedication of operating with intent. Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. Put the evidence, put the facts, look, and be like, yo, this is the facts. This is my seller rating. This is my product rating. This is the first time this has ever happened. This isn't a repeat offense. You're stating facts. That's all anybody cares about at the end of the day. This is an actual approved appeal, right? So we can kind of look through this and see some actual approved appeals here and see it's a lot shorter. I know it's a little bit, I kind of like edited a little bit. That's why it's a little more than a page, but I swear it was less than a page. And you can see, Dear Amazon, here's the information. This is it. Here's the facts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Attach. Boom. It was accepted, right? Now, I could have attached a Amazon policy here. I guess I didn't see that it was needed, but it did get accepted at the end of the day. To get these documents, to get it approved, was horrendous. I had to talk to manufacturers and get them to hand sign a document. Imagine that. They were in a whole different state. But once I had that hand signed golden ticket document and I submitted it to Amazon, it got approved right away, right? So kind of going through this, and here's the example. Here's actually, this is the reactivation of power sales. We reviewed the information you provided and have reactivated your account. Wish you the best of luck. Yeah, right, Amazon. This was recent, and this was very, very good. Very excited about this. It is difficult. It's a hit or miss to get reinstated sometimes. But we do have actual appeals that we've done before. So if you need help, every time we have a successful case, we document exactly what documents Amazon needs to get reinstated for that appeal. So if it was infringement, we already know how to do it. If it's counterfeit, order defect rate, used, sold as new. So if we need a generic appeal, related account suspension, you name it, as long as you have the documents, we'll tell you what documents, then we can get you reinstated, right? And this is what it is. This is what the deactivation notification usually looks like. It's like, hello, your Amazon seller account has been deactivated. Goodbye forever. And sometimes they don't give you a lot of information, right? And what you want to do is just attack this with vigor, just like Superman did in that one photo. When you sign up for Amazon, there's an Amazon Services Business Solutions Agreement. Have you read it? If you haven't, this is the agreement. This tells you everything you're allowed to do on Amazon. I mean, everything Amazon's allowed to do, what they can do to you, what they can't do to you, right? And I scrolled down randomly, and here it is. They can terminate you and just take away all of your privileges. Now let's see if we can kind of look at the termination policy, like when can they terminate you? Terminate. Here we go. Service pay receipts. So it looks like this one is they can hold your money. So if we determine that your actions or performance may result in returns, chargebacks, claims, disputes, violations, or other risks to Amazon, we may determine that you owe us. They're going to charge your credit card for any reason. They're going to charge your bank account. They're going to charge any credit card, any bank account, any payment method on your account and take up all of your money. So you need to know these policies. Amazon can charge your bank account. Amazon can charge your credit card. If you have your friend's credit card, they're going to charge that. They're going to charge everybody's credit card that's on your account and take away that money. If you're suspended, they can do that. Did you know that? Now you do. These policies are super important, and it even goes through why Amazon can suspend you, how they can suspend you. And it does say they can suspend you for any reason they want, right? So look into this. It's pretty insane, and it's eye-opening, and you can at least see what protections you have as a seller, which is very little. But since you made it to the end of the video, yes, you can make a second account. Yes, you can make a stealth account. Yes, they do work. Yes, we've helped a lot of clients do it. Yes, it's a pain in the ass to make, right? It's a pain. Is it legal? Yeah, it's legal, but it's a pain to make a stealth account. This is a second Amazon Seller Central account that Amazon doesn't know it's owned by you. They think it's owned by Jay from across the street, right? Jay Willie, and he's selling on Amazon. He's making bank, but it's you. It's actually you. It's for those who have suspended accounts, or if you grow really big on Amazon, you start to get worried at night. You're like, I should probably have like 10 separate accounts just in case someone at Amazon comes at me and hates me. It happens, right? We've got over 4 stealth accounts ourselves, and we've helped. This was made a while ago, but we've helped over 20 clients make stealth accounts now. Now there's obviously training. I'm not going to give away all the free training. I don't want any Chinese sellers to come in and just start randomly making all these backup accounts because they've already do that kind of. There is a course in the description on our website on how to create an Amazon stealth account, paid step by step. But who cares? I'm not even making money off of this really. Udemy's taking it all. Just go on YouTube, type in how to create a stealth account. And I do have a video step by step. It doesn't go super in depth, but if you have any IT knowledge, you'll know exactly what to do to create your stealth account just from this video. If you need something paid, we do have paid, like I showed you as well. But check these out because, again, 1.8, this one's pretty solid. How to make a second Amazon stealth account. You just type that in, get some free content. If it's not good enough, you can, purchase the course, which we make like no money off of, but you're going to learn. And if you can get this down, because if we can do it, you can do it. If we've made accounts, if you've got all these stealth accounts, you can do it at the end of the day. And I like, if you are very, very intuitive, you know your IT, you've got the assets, you're kind of ready to move forward, you can work on getting your main account reinstated while creating and selling on a stealth account. So you're kind of doing double dipping, and that's what's going to be great long term on Amazon. But that's it for today's video. If you learned something new, drop a like. And if you need any help, suspension, reinstatement, getting that stealth account created and ready to go, contact EHP Consulting Group. Links right in the description to contact us or schedule a call. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group, signing out.